Hey, Utah Mammoth fans, Tusks up, and welcome into your Utah Mammoth Daily Update. So first, let's start with some roster projections. The hockey writers have some thoughts, and, well, let's just start there. A lot of people thought we might see some of the younger prospects, that would be me, I'm calling myself out there, would really push their way onto the NHL roster right away, but the truth is, most of them still need time. According to the latest projection from the hockey writers, the top six is looking set. Clayton Keller, Barrett Hayton, and Nick Schmaltz on line one, followed by Dylan Gunther, Logan Cooley, and JJ Peterka on line two. How is that for a second line? Holy moly. That's a ton of speed and creativity in the top half of the lineup. And with Schmaltzy and Keller on the same line with Barrett Hayton there, oh my gosh. Like those first two lines, pretty good. Pretty good. The third line could be where it gets really fun, though. Tidge Iginla, yes, that Iginla, skating with Jack McBain and Lawson Krause, which is good news there, with Boehner and Krause there kind of being the enforcers a little bit. Krause can score, so can Boehner, but Tidge Iginla would be the offensive threat on that line, and he's a young kid that other teams would target to kind of rough up a little bit, so he would have the protection of those two. That group has grit and scoring potential. And rounding it out for the fourth line, you've got Alexander Kerfoot centering Kevin Stenlund and Brandon Tanev. Very serviceable fourth line with even more grit. You could probably slide Liam O'Brien in there as well throughout the year. Odd man out here would be Marconi, I think. He would be the odd man out. He would be an injury fill-in, I think. On defense, it's pretty cut and dry. And I thought there would be a youth push here, but maybe not yet. It's Sergachev with Marino on the first line. Pretty simple there. Nate Schmidt with Sean Durzi. That's a pretty good pairing as well. And then the veterans, Olli Mata and Ian Cole, the Pittsburgh Penguins duo, I guess you could call that. Those pairings give you a nice balance of puck movers and stay-at-home guys. The young blue liner that I've been hyping up, Dmitry Simashev, was hyped up, very much so by me. But he didn't quite show up and show out how the Mammoth wanted him to at rookie camp. So he's probably headed down to the AHL for now so that he could get just a little bit more acclimated to the North American game. And in net, it's Veggie. He's locked in as the starter, with Vitek Vanacek being the backup, pretty much locked in as well, with Connor Ingram and Utah mutually agreeing to part ways yesterday. And then after that, who knows? Is it Jackson Stauber or, something else? Who knows what the future holds there? Still plenty of camp and preseason left, obviously. We just started yesterday. But that's where things stand right now. All righty. So, well, let's talk about something new and shiny and awesome. This new facility that was built out in Sandy, Utah for the Utah Mammoth is the envy of the NHL world. It really is. I saw on Reddit the Vancouver Canucks fan base being very angry with their own ownership for not having anything built for their own team. And it's kind of weird to see when our team is just so brand new that an established franchise like the Canucks is jealous of anything that we have. That's kind of cool. It's a little weird. But the Mammoth have officially opened their new home away from home, a sparkling brand new practice and training facility out in Sandy, and this thing is no joke. It took about 13 months to build, which is an achievement in and of itself. When I was able to see everything inside, and I've only been able to see pictures, I haven't been able to get out there and see it myself, but when you see everything in there, it took 13 months. I wish, there are houses being built near me that have taken 5 years, and they're still not done. So that's incredible what, money can do to get something finished. We're talking about 2 NHL-sized ice sheets, so there's no more juggling of ice time or shortened practices. They built a medical wing with all the modern-day accoutrement. You got aquatic therapy pools, hot and cold tubs, even red light therapy rooms, and I'm sure if they asked for it, there could be some mantra singers in there for you as well. The weight room and performance tracking gear are next level, and they even made sure the locker rooms mirror what the guys use at the Delta Center, so it feels seamless on game days. So it looks like Ryan Smith and company looked at the Colorado Rockies and went, we're going to do the exact opposite of them. But the best part, in another life, I am a Rockies fan, and I'm very fed up with everything over there. That's why I needed that dig in there. But let's move on. The best part, fans get to be part of this too. There's seating for about 500 people to watch practices. Good luck getting in. Plus a restaurant, a merch store, and space for public skating and youth leagues. So it's not just for the big leaguers. There's space for everybody. It's not just about helping the pros. It's about growing hockey in Utah. That's a statement investment. And it's a great sign for this franchise long term. And it's something that the Arizona Coyotes tried, but it never quite stuck. So here's to hoping that it works better here in Utah, which I think it will. I really do think it will. All right, so let's talk about the Bear. Andre Tourigny, head coach, really funny guy. When you watch his press conferences and you see his interviews, he seems very dour and serious, but he's actually a very funny guy. I really like the Bear. I think he is the long-term solution as head coach, but this season is going to have to tell us a lot about what is going to happen there. But let's talk expectations. Make no mistake, and I keep saying it, and I'll continue to say it throughout the season, this team is eyeing the playoffs. The mix of veterans and young skill guys they've got on paper looks like enough to be in the hunt. And more than in the hunt, almost a lock. The big question is how head coach Andre Tourigny balances development with the need to win now. Do the vets get the majority of the ice time so the team stays steady? Or does he roll the dice and let some of the younger guys play bigger minutes right away? Like your Tijagin, maybe even Caleb Desnoyers when he gets fully healthy. Dmitry Simashev gets bumped up. Maybe injuries occur, and then those guys get that chance. Tourigny has a history of tinkering with lineups, so don't be surprised if we see some experimenting in preseason, especially with that bottom six forward group. There are a few spots that could be won or lost based on camp performance. Just like with Dmitry Simashev in rookie camp, he can always improve during training camp. Don't get me wrong. It's not a lock that he's in the AHL, but if he can improve during training camp and show that he is better than an Olli Mata or an aged Ian Cole, who knows? And Yusuf Alamaki looks like he might just be on the outs. So, of course, goaltending is another big what if. Veggie is the starter. I've already said that. But if he struggles or, God forbid, he gets hurt, things could get real interesting real fast because we've got Vitek Vanacek back there. We no longer have Connor Ingram. And then there's Jackson Stauber, who had that shutout, but then, there's not much on tape for him to really show us. Do they fast-track Mason Hrabel, or do they go out and get somebody else? So that's what we have as far as the outlook for the Bear and what's going on there. Now let's talk about some roster rumors because they're delicious. I love them. Even if they're completely and blatantly false, they're still fun to talk about. So, Connor Ingram's gone. I talked about it yesterday. I really do wish him well. I love Connor Ingram. He deals with mental demons just like a lot of us do, and I just want the best for him. I really do. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. I want him to crush it wherever he goes. That's all I root for Connor Ingram. So he's gone. What does that mean for the goalie depth chart moving forward? Obviously, there's Vitek Vanacek on a 1-year prove-it deal. He is the backup, and it will help that he has his countrymate with Veggie being the starter. That don't ever discount that because the two people from Czechia are going to be able to commiserate better than somebody who's from Czechia and somebody who is from, let's say, Canada, like Connor Ingram. So that's what we've got there. Speaking of deals, the Mammoth has been linked in the rumor mill to Carter Hart. GM Bill Armstrong has said that's nonsense. But, where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire. So we'll see what happens there. It's not a done deal thing. But when you hear Utah mentioned as one of the teams poking around, it tells you they're not completely satisfied with the status quo in net, or at least somebody in the organization is that way. On the skater side, a few names to keep an eye on as training camps open across the league. Guys like Brock Bozer, Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers would be a pretty sweet ad. Are the types who could shake loose if their teams decide to pivot, or those guys say, I don't want to be here anymore, get me out. A hockey trade could happen, and we do love a hockey trade. Don't be shocked if Utah at least makes some calls if one of those names becomes truly available. Finally, we need to get Logan Cooley signed. Enough of this dance. It's fun to say, will he, won't he? Is this something that is real? Just get him signed. It seems like both sides want to get a deal done. Let's just get the deal done and move forward. Honestly, that's where I'm at with that. I'm done with the rumors on that one. Just get it done. So buckle up. Camp and preseason are just getting started. It's so exciting. And you know the rumor mill is only going to heat up from here. And that'll do it for today's Utah Mammoth Daily. From roster projections to shiny new facilities to the rumor mill, there's plenty to chew on as this team gets set for the season. Tusks up, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.